All right, we're recording, are we? Yes. Yes, we're recording. Okay, so we've got a googol, and a googol is 10 to the 100. And before we do these, I'd like to remind you 2 to the 3 equals 8, which means log base 2 of 8 equals 3. So if I want to find log base 10 to the googol, I'm just going to say equals x. I'm going to find out what x is. So 10 to the x, we're trying to find what 10 raised to equals a googol. Don't forget a googol is 10 to the 100. So x is 100. So log base 10 googol is 100. That was I. If I want to do I, so thank you. If we have log base 100 of googol, and I'm going to call that equals x. So that means 100 to the x equals, now a googol is 10 to the 100. So this is 10 squared to the x equals 10 to the 100. So 2x equals 100, because I'm equating the indices, x equals 50. Question 3, we're saying log base 10 of a googolplex. Equals x. So 10 to the what? Sorry, not 10, x equals a googolplex. Now googolplex is 10 to the googol, which means x is a googol, which is 10 to the 100. So log base 10 of a googolplex is 10 to the 100. And this one, log base 100 of a googol equals 50. Okay. Question 4. We want to find the log base 100 of a googolplex, so we're going to do this really similarly. And say equals x, which means 100 to the x equals a googolplex, which is 10 to the 100. So this is 10 to the 2x, because 10 squared to the x, 10 to the 2x, equals 10 to the 10 to the 100. So 2x equals 10 to the 100. So x equals 10 to the 100 over 2, which is not just 5 to the 100. So we're just going to leave it like that. Although actually, let's figure this out. 10 to the 100 is the same as 10 times 10 to the 99, isn't it? Because it's 10 to the 1 times 10 to the 99 over 2. So we've got 10 over 2, 5, 1. So it's 5 times 10 to the 99. Cool. Question 5. Actually, log base googol to the googol of googol, sorry. Which means a googol raised to the x equals a googol. What's the only thing, like this must be 1, yeah, because it doesn't change, so it's just 1. That was a trick question. Okay, and question 6. They're saying log base googol of a googolplex. So we're going to call it x. So we've got a googol to something equals a googolplex. So this is 10 to the 100 to the x equals 10 to the 10 to the 100, yeah? So 10 to the 100 x equals 10 to the 10 to the 100, which means 100 x equals 10 to the 100. So this is 10 squared times x equals 10 to the 100. If I divide both sides by 10 squared, I get x equals 10 to the 100 take 2 is 98. So the log base googol of a googolplex equals 10 to the 98. Question B. Right. Between which whole numbers does log base 2 of a googol lie between? Right. Log base 2 of a googol. Now, I'm going to assume we've done enough to figure this out. Well, it's between 1 and 10 million, isn't it? So 2 to the x equals a googol, which is 10 to the 100. This is really interesting. So we've got 2 to the x equals 5 times 2 to the 100. Oh, 100, not 1,000. We've got 2 to the x equals 5 to the 100 times 2 to the 100. Am I on the right track at all? So technically, this should be between where are our work solutions? I really want to know. Oh, no, too far. Okay, well, I would have never gotten that. Yeah, don't do this question.